Hey guys, Jason here. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be working with the Tonfa, okay? So hopefully you got yourself a set of Tonfa. We're going to do some basic technique just to kind of get you familiar with using the weapon, and then we're going to run through a couple different repetitions of different exercises that you can do to become more proficient. Okay, if you guys have any questions or comments, please let me know at the bottom of the video, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And also, I've got several other Kabuto or weapons workouts on my YouTube channel, ranging from the sai, the bow, okay, the iku, that you can check out if you are someone who is into Kabuto like myself, okay? Please let me know what you think, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and bow in, all right? So just have our feet together, hands at the side, nice bow, and right, onni kishimasu, okay? Let's go ahead and I'll show you a little quick little warm-up exercise that you can do with the Tonfa. Okay, the Tonfa is just, you know, basically an extension of yourself. So anything that you do empty hand, you can technically apply to doing the Tonfa. So we're just going to do a quick little warm-up, and then we'll get into some basic exercises. Let's just go ahead and warm up our arms here. Okay, just have you know, medium grip strength on the Tonfa. Just kind of working the shoulder back and forth, trying to get my hips into it a little bit each. Sun, switching each, sun, sheep, go, it's, other foot, other way, it's, switching feet again, other way, it's, good. This is sort of back and forth like so. It's good, and then just stepping out, reaching, stretching your back down through your traps into your lower back. And back, same with the other foot. Stretching out your groin, right? It's good, and then just sort of jigotai stance, okay? And you're just sort of stretching to the side. It's being really liberal with my hip movements here, really twisting around in my waist. Good. Shake it out. Okay, first thing we're going to do with the Tonfa, okay, real easy exercise, is you'll see when people are using the Tonfa, there's a lot of different sort of swings, different trajectories of swings, okay, that you can do with the weapon. And as you become sort of more familiar with the weapon and the weight of it, and understand sort of, you know, the different wrist actions that you can do, the weapon becomes easier and easier to manipulate, or as you become more familiar with it, just like any other weapon. So we're just going to start with some really basic manipulations that you can do to get you started, and then that'll of course lead to more advanced techniques as time goes on. But let's just start with this real simple one. You're going to have your left foot forward. Okay, have your legs bent a little bit, okay? No matter what you're doing, you never really want to stand sort of with your legs locked out or stiff. You always want to have sort of like an athletic stance, and the Tonfa is no different, okay? So with the right hand, left hand's in front, right hand is back, okay? Both hands are sort of chambered, or at least one will be chambered as the other one does the technique, okay? You're just going to come out and back, out, and back. See, I'm striking, right? And then I'm flipping it back, out, right? Flip, out, back, itch, knee, send, sheep, go, hook, hitch, hitch, coot, ju. Good. I'm just going to switch feet. All right, same thing. Hitch, knee, send, go, hook, hitch, hitch, coot, ju. Other side. Hitch, knee, feet, go. Good. Hook, hitch, hitch, coot, ju. Other side, knee. A lot of kabuto is sort of getting familiar with the center of weight of the weapon, because when you're swinging the weapon, you can feel it. You can feel the mass of the weapon. You can feel the center of the weapon and how it responds to the different ways in which you try to manipulate it. And the more familiar you can become with your weapon and the feel of it, the faster you can sort of move on to more advanced techniques. You want it to become almost like you're not even thinking about it, you know? The weapon is almost doing the work. Switch feet, doing the work for you. You're really just along for the ride. My grip on the weapon right now is not tight. It's got to be loose enough so that the weapon can pivot in my hands. Okay, if you try to grip the weapon too tight, it becomes sort of very unable to manipulate and has less flow. And switch feet. It's back and forth. Neat. Also playing with the height, if you want. You know, just get a feel for how the weapon responds to the different heights of the technique. Itch. Neat. Sun. Sheep. Go. Hook. It's. Hitch. Coo. Ju. Good. Good. Shake that out. Okay, getting the shoulders nice and warm. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're just going to add a punch to that. Okay, so you're going to stand left foot forward. You're going to come out, back, right? Right? So it's like 1, 2, punch, back. 1, 2, punch, back. What I'm doing is, when I flip the tonfa back, okay, so I've strike with a weapon, boom. I come to strike back with the weapon, or that could be a strike back, right? Or you could just be you retracting the weapon, all right? So we come out, anyways, when I retract or flip back, as soon as that tonfa comes back, I wind up now in my punch, and then I can throw a punch, all right? So I'm coming out, back, punch. Okay, you'll see people punch differently with the tonfa, you know, and there's all kinds of debate about, you know, what's the best way to punch or blah, blah, blah. My advice is find something that works for you and develop it, okay? But the two most common things that you'll see is you'll see people who punch with the tonfa down, like this, at the sort of the bottom. You'll see people that punch with the tonfa out at the side, like this. And then you'll see people who will also argue that when you're punching, it's best to have the tonfa up on an angle like this, okay? To me, that maybe doesn't make a lot of sense, because you got to imagine if your target is here, if your target is straight out in front of you and you come out on an angle with the tonfa, if you're hitting it hard enough, it's going to bend the weapon up as you come through, okay? And that, I don't know, to me it just doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to do that. So I would want that weapon, okay, to be on the same plane or angle as my arm when I'm doing the punch. I wouldn't want it to be down here. I wouldn't want it to be up here. Okay, I want it to be on the same plane as my arm to minimize the chance, okay, that the weapon will divert up when I hit the target. Okay, there's no promises, there's no guarantees in this, all right, but it's all sort of minimizing risk, if you will, okay? You want to minimize the risk of that weapon, losing control of that weapon. So whether you're doing it this way or this way, I don't care, but you don't want too much of an angle happening when you're throwing the weapon, because I don't know, to me it doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever, let's keep going. So you're gonna flip the tonfa out, you're gonna come back, you're gonna punch, okay? That way, I don't care, right? Whatever works for you. Out, good, 1, 2, right, out. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, out. 1, 2, hey, I can change the angle of that. It's, right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right. 1, 2, right. 1, 2. Good. Okay. Try the other arm now. All right. So right leg forward, flip me out, coming back, winding up, punch. 1, 2, punch. 1, 2, punch. 1, 2, punch. Good. Okay, now we're going to do both hands. So 1, 2, punch. 1, 2, punch. 2. Okay, so you're alternating with every punch. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. So let's start with the left hand out, and we're punching with the right hand. So 1, 2, back punch. 1, 2, punch, left. 1, 2, left. 1, 2, right. 1, 2, 1, 2, right. 1, 2, 1, 2, right. 1, 2, right. 1, 2, right. 1. Good. Relax that. Relax that. Just work the shoulders. It's neat. And cheat. Okay. When you're doing blocks with the tonfa, okay, that's the time when you really want to make sure that the edge of that tonfa is in a position whereby it will block the incoming weapon, okay? You don't want to, for example, if someone was trying to cut and the sword was coming at my right side, you know, coming around maybe in to cut the right side of my neck or whatever, and I go to block, I want to make sure that I don't block in such a way that my flesh is going to be the first thing that intercepts that weapon. You see, right? You want to make sure that in a situation like that, if the weapon is coming, you know, in this direction, when I do my block, it's weapon that makes contact with that other weapon. Otherwise, you know, it's just not going to work. Okay, so with that in mind, uchi uke is a block that sort of presents that weapon as a blocking edge, as opposed to doing sort of, you know, like a chudan uke like this. So let's practice just doing some really simple uchi uke, okay, with a punch, right? So we're standing with our hands up in sort of a fighting position. You know, that weapon comes in to try to cut, say, on the left side, right? You're going to step, okay, you've just blocked with that. Now, you're going to counter, right, back. Same thing. Ich, ni, right? Ich, good. Ich. Okay, you want to be mindful too, in your mind when you're doing these workouts, where is the strike that you're going to block, okay? Because you want to make sure that you clear with the weapon. There's no point if someone's trying to stab, say, in the middle, and you just do a block like this and your middle is open, then you haven't blocked, right? So you want to make sure that you're clearing the center and then striking back. Okay, always use your mind's eye to help you visualize where your blocks and where your attacks are happening, okay? So up, hands up, right? So ich, right? Ni, right? San, shi, go, okay. Ich, hach, ku, ju. Good, and relax. Okay, we'll switch over to the other side now. Right? So right hand is out front. Right, this will be blocking with the left side, coming back with that counter attack. Okay, here we go. Ready? It's knee. Sun. She. Go. Rick. Good, and relax. Good job, shake it out. Nice arm circles, itch. He. Front. She. Good, head to side, itch. Knee. Sun. She. Go. Hook. Hitch. Hitch. Good job, okay? Okay, from here, you're gonna be stepping back with the right leg. Gedan uke. Again, making sure that you're blocking with that edge out, not coming at it with your flesh, but leading edge should be that weapon, okay? And then once you do that, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Fighting position, block 1, 2, back into your fighting position. 2, hit. Neat. Sent. Sheet. Go. Good, and back. Okay, same thing on the other side, right? Right foot out. Okay, you're coming down, leading with that right, the edge of that right weapon. Right, then boom, strike, boom, back into your ready position. Here we go, okay? Hits, right? Knee, sun, sheet, go, hit, back, good. Relax. Okay. From here, we're gonna do double. Okay, we're just gonna work this as a just simple movement, okay? Don't get too caught up in how fast you're going or how hard you think you're working the tip speed of the weapon. More focus on just letting it flow. Again, the weapons will do the work, and you can imagine how hard would you have to hit someone, or would you have to get hit by that to inflict damage to the temple, anywhere in the skull. Okay, it doesn't have to be, you know, sure, that'll do it, but that's not necessarily required, right? Quick little, like that, I mean, would inflict a lot of damage. So just make it flow, okay? Left foot forward, itch, right? Knee, san, shi, go, rook, itch, hach, ku, ju, itch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, itch, hach, ku, ju, itch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, itch, hach, ku, ju, itch, knee, san, shi, go, rook, itch, hach, ku, ju. Good, and relax. Good job. Okay, guys, I want to say thanks a lot for checking out some Tonfa basics. Okay, if you never worked with Tonfa before, I'd advise you to give it a try. It's a lot of fun, and again, it just adds another element to your karate. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them at the bottom of the video, and I will see you at the next one, okay? Let's just have our feet together, and we're just going to do a nice little bow. And right, arigato gozaimasu. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Take care.